After a week away, Happy Valley returns on Wednesday night with an 8-race program coming up at the City Circuit. Welcome to Racing to Win. We've got that all covered for you right here on the show. Joined by the boys on the panel, Paul and Tom. And Tom, judging by the crowd behind you, they've missed it because there's a lot of people in at the Valley already.
Yes, there are, Mark. Hello to you and to everyone. A big night coming up at Happy Valley. Hopefully there's that amount of people there come Wednesday night. Oktoberfest kicks off at the Valley. Last race, we've got Reward Smile taking on Super Joy and Fun. They quinelled when they last met, but this time round, Reward Smile's got a £4 turnaround. And he's got a wide draw too, does Super Joy and Fun. That's one of the races we'll look at soon. Paul, any jackpots?
Yeah, there is. 6 up this time. 1.7 million going into the 6 up. So that should get up to a reasonable amount over the 5 million mark for that one as well. So decent jackpot for 6 up punters.
Keep an eye on that on Wednesday night. Before we move on, we're going back, Tom, to Happy Valley on a Saturday morning. Romantic Warrior made an appearance at the Happy Valley Trials, as did Massive Sovereign. He runs third, but Romantic Warrior probably got around another 3 times. Yeah,
a couple of years since he's been to Happy Valley, but they took him there for this 1,700-metre trial, and gee, looked good. He jumped out of the gates really fast, and he was straight onto the bridle. He felt very comfortable with his surroundings there, according to jockey Hugh Bowman. That's Massive Sovereign closing off into a minor spot there for third. He was pretty good, I thought, to Massive Sovereign. Hopefully he can bring some of that Derby form back from what he produced last season, Paul, but Romantic Warrior looking cherry ripe there for his return on Jockey Club Day.
Yeah, it looks good. Of course, he won his debut race when he was 3 or 4 wide at Happy Valley as well. So he's been such a versatile horse. He's won at Moonee Valley, so none of these racecourses worry him at all, do they?
Not at all. So that was on Saturday at Happy Valley. On Friday at Sha Tin, Paul, a number of these horses heading towards the Sha Tin Trophy coming up this weekend. California Spangle leads them for home.
Yeah, a nice run here from California Spangle. Look, some of these other horses that are in that trophy race, like Galaxy Patch and also Chang Glory, there'll be 2 that we will see on Sunday, and both these 2 really finished off nicely, I thought. Chang Glory looked like he'd had a decent, a decent workout. He was just, you can see, he just gave him a flick there, and he really responded nicely. So both these horses, and I think what you, Tom, was saying, but Galaxy Patch, he is Mr. Versatile, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. We still don't really know what his best trip is yet, Galaxy Patch. But Chang Glory, gee, looked good in that trial there last Friday morning as well. And Lyle Hewitson, look, he can, normally his minimum's £117, but I think he's looking to get down to lower than that for him this weekend. All
right, so there's some breaking news on Lyle from Tom. That's happened in the last few days here in Hong Kong. Coming up in the next 24 hours or so is that course. Right there, Happy Valley A course, 8 turf races, and we get things underway at 10 minutes past 7. The 2 races we focus on, the Pedder and the Pottinger, the Class 3s over the 1650 and the 1200 metres. The Pedder Handicap race number 7 has Star Contact last start winner at the top of the book, carrying an extra £5. Romantic Lau has placed second up, and Unicorn has 1 second up. Toy Soltero has the crossover noseband going on. Jolly Ruler minus the cheek pieces. Both Rocket Spade and Fighting Machine won in Class 4 last time. Satant has been racing well. Satirical Fan Solwyn was down in grade. Silver King has the pacifiers on. And finally, Paul, he's drawn a barrier.
He has. He's drawn wide in his last 4. And look, he's going to get the perfect run, I think, just in behind with the lightweight. Satirical Fan, he's a strong leader. He set up some pretty strong sectionals last time. Jolly Ruler likes to go forward. Silver King, Star Contact's drawn wide. He's going to have to look for a bit of cover. Rocket Spade should get his opportunity once again. Fighting Machine comes from the back.
Winning form is where we start, though. Next, speaking to the trainer of Star Contact, it's David Hayes.
David Hayes, Star Contact is a horse who just continues to raise the bar for his connections. Another nice win last time out. A very fulfilling success, I would imagine.
Yes, he's gone right through the grades, and he's just improved with age. He's a big, strong horse with a great constitution. And I think his track work suggests he's holding his form.
Do you know what? That leads me on quite nicely, actually. I want to ask you about his track work. Does he work with Kaiying Rising, this guy?
Yeah, only in hand. But every piece of work he does is excellent. And he's working like a horse that will probably perform above 80. So he's carrying 135, got top weight tomorrow. If he can beat this handy field, he'll probably be able to step up into the upper class races.
I guess even working on the bridle, it's credit to go with a horse of Kaiying Rising standard. Karis Teton obviously gets on really well with him. He's riding him for the 13th time. What is it, do you feel, as a trainer, that he and the horse gel?
Look, I think Karis gels with most horses, but this horse, you know, he if you look through his record, he's run well for everyone, and Karis tactically is riding very well at the moment, and he'll have to be tactically pretty good from that gate.
He certainly will. Gate 10 obviously never makes it easy around here. We're racing on the A course, so I guess that in essence gives him a slightly better chance if we're on a course with sort of, you know, less width to it.
Yeah, look, he's a horse that begins well. He's very professional, very streetwise horse. So, look, I would expect him to be right up on the pace or in the 1-1, ideally, not caught out in a limb, 3 wide on that first bend. So, you know his fate. If he gets a nice smooth run into the first bend, he'll be very hard to beat.
He keeps racing well, Tom. That's David's thoughts on Star Contact. What are yours?
Yeah, well, he had that good run last time out. Is he going to be afforded the same sort of run here from barrier number 10 on the A course? He's off a career high mark now as well. Paul, his prior wins before this last win were both off 62. So I just wonder about him right at the top here.
Yeah, I think the key, and David sort of said, is that first bend. Where is he going to be? Can he get in and tuck in sort of 1 out, 1 back? And if he can, that'll give him his opportunity.
I can, Paul. He's been knocking the door down to win one, but had to do it the tough way to try and get these wins on the board. Barrier number 2 is not going to give him too many better opportunities, is it?
No, it's not at all. And look, you look at his barrier draws, 11, 12, 10, 11, and run well in all 4 of those placings. Lightweight, he hasn't won in Class 3, but he's been in the Class 3 now for 3 goes, and he's been placed in all 3 from wide draws. I think he's the one to beat.
He's third up. He's dropped 17 pounds here. He's been really consistent. Barrier number 2 is going to give him every opportunity. He was stranded wide last time out, and they made that mid-race move down the back and got up outside the leaders, so there was a lot of merit in the effort.
Now, your muncher book, Tom, Rocket Spade, no doubt has been in there at times, permanently, if not the centrefold. Has he been removed from the muncher book after this last start win?
I'm yet to be totally convinced on him. You could argue 2 ways that he's well rated because he started here on 82, but you could go the other way and say was he well rated last time? Did he find the right opportunity off a mark of 60? He's got barrier 6 here. In the end, he was too good for Super Unicorn. He looks a strong chance earlier on in the program. Quick and well, but he had everything go his way there, Paul. The gaps just opened up perfectly for him.
It did, didn't it? Look, he's drawn 6. Sometimes they're like London buses, these ones, that you'd wait ages for one and then 2 or 3 come along. Can he put 2 together? I'm not so sure, but I don't want to completely leave him out because he'd been beaten a few times by nose here and there at Happy Valley. So, look, I'm going to include him, but not in the win line.
That is a Rocket Spade. Another horse with winning form, Paula's Fighting Machine. This is over at Happy Valley last time. He's got Zach Purton sticking with him, jumps from the 14 to the 1650, and he has placed over this trip previously. Yeah,
he has, definitely. So, look, I think he's an opportunity as well. He's been a consistent horse that led up to the second win. You know, he's won 2 from 11 in numerous placings as well. So there's plenty of ability there. He's got Zach Purton sticking with him. Look, the problem being is barrier 11, but then he gets back anyway. So, look, I'm going to include him.
He got beaten from a wide barrier draw first up this season, of course, behind amazing run, and then was too good for a firm. Firm's not exactly set the world on fire. He's had a lot of placings, but not without a chance in a race like this with Purton on board.
Couple out of this trial, Tom. Toy Saltero is first up for the season. M Unicorn has had a start, and this trial was prior to this previous run of his at Chartin. However, he comes back to Happy Valley, which is by far the track he's got the best record at.
He won 5 races last season, M Unicorn, from 11 starts. He only missed top 4 twice, so he's the one I'm certainly taking out of here. Was sort of well back at Chartin, scrubbed along and just whacked away, but he was slow away in that start as well. He's 1 second up, likes the grade, enjoys course and distance, so he's definitely the one I want to take into this ball.
Yeah, I've got him in the numbers as well. Toy Saltero had 3 starts last time, all in Class 3. They did race him on the all-weather as well. First time for him here at Happy Valley.
It is indeed. So M Unicorn's in amongst the mix, but sounded like you were very confident on I Can.
Yeah, it's the one I sort of like here. I think he's got a lot of ticks, lightweight, should get a good run with a low draw. So he's on top to beat Fighting Machine, Rocket Spade, M Unicorn. I think we covered all those pretty well, but I do like I Can.
Yeah, I'll take a chance here with the M Unicorn back at Happy Valley, where he is such a better horse at Happy Valley as M Unicorn. Vincent Ho riding for Casper Found, so he's on top from 12 I Can, who was game in defeat last time out off what he did, all that mid-race ground that he covered, and charged up outside the leader, and was only just beaten really over the final stages by Noble Pursuit. Fighting Machine makes it in, and Rocket Spade, Paul mentioned a bit like London buses. Well, he's got to change a bus captain this week. It was Hugh Bowman last time. It's Alexi Bedell this time round for Casper Found. He did kick off here off 82. He's on a rating of 66 now, 2 weeks on from his last win. 3:12, 7 and 6.
There is our first part of Racing to Win all done. We'll take a break and come back with plenty more right after this. Welcome back to Racing to Win as we have a look at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. We're out of the break, so we're going to roll straight into Paul's last run reminder, and it's race 5, number 9.
Yeah, Glory B is the horse here. You can see him at really slow away from the gates. They didn't go overly quick in this race at all. He sort of got the run back onto the rail. He got himself into a nice enough position there down the back straight. You can see the first 800 metres there was 0.68 seconds slower than standard. So, you know, they sprinted off the front, Scotch Tycoon, but once he got into the clear here, he finished off the race really nicely. He'll strip fitted for this run as well. And look, he's going to run pretty well as he comes in to the Wednesday night's racing, and you can see him the best of the rest. So finishing off really nicely.
Matthew Chadwick partners him for Douglas White. Race 5, number 9, Glory B is Paul's last run reminder for Wednesday evening. He trialled really well leading into that race too, had Glory B. We need to move on now to the final race on Wednesday, the Pottinger Handicap. And it's a Class 3 and it's over the distance of 1,200 metres. Reward Smile is second up. Wings of War, he resumes. He does have an extra 8 pounds on his back than what he had when he won going back 2 starts ago. Equatorial comes to Happy Valley for the first time. Happy Fat Cat has won second up. Super Joy and Fun, extra 4 pounds on his back for his last start win. He also has a much wider draw. Golden Empire is a 2-time course and distance winner. Parterre, all of his wins have been in Class 4 at this stage. Righteous Arrow's form is also best down in grade. Scotch Tycoon's a last start winner. Chateau Neuf has had 2 starts for 2 placings, course and distance. And Sergeant Pepper tends to struggle once he gets past the 1,000 metres, but he will carry a lightweight here. Paul, with Parterre and Sovereign Fun, the first 2.
Yeah, look, there's plenty of pace in this race, and these 2 horses do like to go forward. Sovereign Fun did a good job last time with Parterre in it. Chateau Neuf should get his opportunity. Scotch Tycoon did lead last time, but the others have got a little bit more pace than him. Happy Fat Cat's the enigma in the race because he has got good gate speed when he jumps, but he can be slow out at times as well. And Super Joy and Fun came slightly off the pace when winning last start, and he's got a wide draw, so he'll be trying to get some cover down the back.
We'll head back to the boys shortly. Firstly, though, back to Sha Tin earlier on a Tuesday morning. Nick with the rider of Reward Smile. It's Hugh Bowman.
Hugh, Reward Smile looks a nice ride for you in the final race at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Nice return to action. You'll be looking forward to getting back on board, I'm sure.
I certainly am, and you know, his first up run was outstanding. He's had a nice trial between, and yeah, look, if you bit of luck, if I chose to go out and not in, he might have won first up. But that being that, he's drawn wide, so we'll adopt the same tactics again. Let him settle at the, you know, second half of the field and try and get a clear passage through.
Yeah, certainly it needed the luck always. Just in that trial and on that trial, did you feel that he had come on nicely for it?
Yeah, I think he certainly, I think he's probably, you know, my gut feeling is he's probably a horse that likes being a bit on the fresh side, so I didn't ask him to do a great deal in the trial, just, you know, kept a bit in the tank. But look, he went through his pace as well, and felt really enthusiastic, a bit more relaxed than he was in the race, but he's a pretty relaxed horse. He's pretty sensible and he's very genuine, which his form shows.
I know that race last time obviously has been and gone. Bit of luck here, there, might well have been a different result, but he chased Super Joy and Fun well. They meet again. Weights and measures would suggest that you could probably turn the form around. You'd be looking forward to having another crack at him, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, look, it's more a case of just getting a smooth run, you know, and if we get the smooth run and a nice passage through, you know, if he lets go like he did first up, he'd be very hard to hold out.
results around the Valley here have been good for you this season. Obviously, teaming up with Casper Found's never a bad thing as well.
Yeah, no, his stable's in outstanding form. He's hit the ground running this season, and you know, I've been the fortunate benefactor of some of those nice horses, and there's some nice horses to look forward to as well. So it's been a great start to the season, and hopefully we can build on it.
Indeed, I think it's been 3 doubles and a treble in the last 4 meetings for you, so certainly hope that can continue.
I hope so. Who's counting? But anyway, it's fortunately I missed a meeting through illness, but I've got over that now, which is good, and I was a bit worried there for a little while. I had a bit of an issue with my ear, but we've come through that and feeling good and looking forward to the weeks ahead.
There he is, Paul Hugh Bowman on Reward Smile. How did you assess his chances in this race?
I think he's got a good chance. He's one of the leading ones. We saw him finish off that race really strongly. He meets Super Joy and Fun better at the weights, and Super Joy and Fun's drawn really wide as well, which isn't going to help him. Now, he has been placed in Class 2 in the past. It was up to 82 rating. He's lower than that now. He's on the 79 rating as well in the Class 3. They're all the positives. The slight negative for him is his body weight's quite high. He's put on 28 pounds.
Yeah, so he's probably the heaviest he's ever been, Reward Smile. But you look at that last run and you go through the sectional times of that meeting. He was the quickest, or the second quickest 400 of that meeting, behind another horse who's actually going around a little bit earlier on the card, and Yi Chong Spirit. So I thought it was a big run from him. 4 pounds better off. I think he's a big winning chance, especially with the pace in the race.
Yes, speaking of winning chances, Tom, let's talk about Hugh Bowman now and what he's done at Happy Valley just to kick this season off. It's quite an impressive top 3 finish. It's better than 1 in 2.
Certainly is. 52.9, so nearly striking it to 53 there for the top 3. Of course, he just flying along nicely at the moment. Of course, he had that little ear issue, as he mentioned in the interview with Nick before, which cost him a couple of winners at that Saturday program at Sharnson. We had a couple of weekends back, but going along very nicely. And he said he was going to be probably not far away from full fitness, and he must be just about there now, Paul.
Yeah, no, definitely. And, you know, he's set up this really nice sort of association with Casper Founds as well. Just looking at his rides there, that ride with Casper, Ace Talent, I think is a good chance. Casa Pup is a bit of a non-winner, but he's downgraded. Northern Beast looked good at the back end of last season. King Escalonte's been downgraded. And Gallant Valor looks like he's not far away from a win either. King Glorioso's also, I have put in the numbers in the past, but I just want to see him over 1,200. And Reward Smile in the last.
I think you're a bit kind to Casa Papa there, being a bit of a non-winner. He's an absolute non-winner.
Is he in your book?
No, but he's a non-winner.
All right, that is a look at Hugh's stats. Now, we're going to go back to this race again here, Tom. We've spoken about Reward Smile. Super Joy and Fun ends up winning the race. Righteous Arrowin is a horse you've had plenty of time for in the past too.
Yeah, and he always gets back into runs on. He didn't run on quite as good as I thought he would have last time out in that race. There was good enough pace there for him to be able to do so. He was only beaten 2.5 lengths in the end. He was well back. He's got that awkward draw again of 11, but he's got 2x2 less pounds to carry this time round. 2 does Righteous Arrowin. I thought the one that could be a bolt in the race, Paul, could be Golden Empire, who's 9 pounds better off with Super Joy and Fun. Beaten 2 3/4 behind Wunderbar last time out, who goes around at the weekend, and he's well rated for this.
Yeah, and he has won at Happy Valley in the past. Look, I didn't mind Righteous Arrow. I made him the long shot there, and he ran on quite nicely there for 4th. He won't be as longer price than this, but it was a really nice run from him, I thought.
Speaking of good runs, Paul Sovereign Fun had to do it at both ends in this race. Parterre is in behind him. You think that Parterre will at least kick through and hold him out in the early stages, but he should have finished a lot further back, Sovereign Fun, shouldn't he, than what he did? Yeah, well, you can see Parterre going backwards. Look, I don't mind him. I actually had him in the numbers this day. He just sort of faded in the very last bit. But look, he's obviously also seems quite well suited to Happy Valley. He's by Capitalist, and we've seen that breed go pretty well. And Keegan DeMilo's making the most of the limited opportunities he gets, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he was 47-1 last time out, this horse, and they completely changed the tactics with him. They were a lot further forward than they have been in those 2 opening runs at the back end of last season. Parterre, I can't have him at Happy Valley. Michael Cheng's stable going along quite nicely too. Now, Scotch Tycoon is a last start winner down in Grade 2, Tom, but in his favour is he loves Happy Valley, and he has been in Class 3 and won in this grade before. he's just one of those horses that just likes to bowl along in front and to get his own way, and he was really able to kick away from them here in the home straight. He's only a one-time winner in this grade, Paul, from 9 attempts, so he's been very much win or bust, and that was off a rating of 62 all the way back in March of 2022, and he's had plenty of times between runs. He was 28 days coming into this.
Yeah, look, he was a horse who used to get back, remember? He used to get back and storm home late. He's changed his operator's mundo as such, and now he's going forward, isn't he? I didn't say that right, but you know what I mean. And so the thing with the Scotch Tycoon is he got his own way that, and I don't think he's going to get this.
Say that again.
I'll say that again.
Modus operandi.
That's it.
That's it. We'll leave it with you
We
for
got
that
it
one,
with
Tom. Chateau Neuf Paul outside the leader here, turning for home. He's coming up in grade 2. Now, he has won down in grade, but it was a little while ago. He's had just the 2 runs at the Valley for 2 placings.
Yeah, look, he's been a little bit costly, this horse, hasn't he, Chateau Neuf? He's 2.3 favourite, and this is a harder race, I think. He's a horse that's going up in grade without winning, and that worries me a lot.
Yeah, you mentioned that's a good point. He's dropped 28 pounds for this. He's drawn barrier 1. He's going to get all favours. Hopefully he settles it better in the run that he did last time out. But as you mentioned, he's gone up without winning, and he was a bit keen last time out. And the winner carried 127 pounds. He carried 134. Now he's got 117 up in grade with a good draw. Wouldn't want to leave him out of the top 4, but just needs to settle.
A little asterisk next to Chateau Neuf. Where do we see Wings of War, Tom? He was a winner at Happy Valley, course and distance 2 starts ago, then a little disappointing at his last run back. He comes out of a trial and appeared to be doing it pretty easily behind Wunderbar.
Yeah, so he's tracking Wunderbar here on the outside. He's lining up at the weekend, by the sound of things, as Wunderbar. Comes out of a race where Super Fortunes come out in one of. That was the California Touch race. Just held his ground, I thought, last time out. Nothing wrong with the trial, but it's normally taken him a run or 2 to come on.
Yeah, that was what I've written down. The fresh record's not good for Wings of War, so I think there's a couple more seasoned in this.
Going forward with Wings of War as opposed to Wednesday night, so he's not in, Paul, but who is?
I'm going to take a chance with Sovereign Fund. Second start at Happy Valley. I think he looks a horse really suited here. Reward Smile looks the biggest danger. Super Joy and Fun. We'll give him another chance. He'll just have to get some cover. And Righteous Arion finishing off strongly at the end. 7, 1, 5 and 9.
Go with number 1 in the last Reward Smile. He's got that turnaround here on Super Joy and Fun. That's the Quinella, I think. Chateau Neuf makes it in, and Golden Empire, the other one I've thrown in here, could be one at bigger odds for the exotics here. And he's £9 better off with the Super Joy and Fun, a course and distance winner, and has 1 second up. 1, 5, 11 and 6.
That is the preview for race number 8. All the races on the website too, race by race preview, hkjc.com. Click on audio and video. Best bet though, please, Paul.
I'm going to go with one we've covered, I Can. I just think with the lightweight, he's finally got a barrier draw and he looks perfectly placed in race number 7. Number 12, I Can, is the best. The long value play, I made this horse the value last time, so I'm going to stick with him. He's a horse called Happy Park. This was only his second start, and this was his second start at Sha Tin as well. As you can see, he was still in front halfway down the straight. It just looked like the condition got to him at the end, but he didn't totally give it away. The horse that won was like a winner waiting to happen. It was a $1.60 chance, was Geneva, and you can see him coming down. So, look, there wasn't much between the top sort of 6 in this race. And as such, we'll give him another chance coming to the Happy Valley course, especially because he's going to be on the pace. He just looks like he'll be suited to the Valley. And we'll do the play in race 4, 1, 5 and 11, the QQP.
Best for me is in the last race 8, number 1 Reward Smile. John Size and Hugh Bowman combining here was a fair way back, and you can see here inside the 200 metres when the winner was starting to edge away, he just had to come off for heels there and really dashed home strongly late. So I think he's in for a big run on Wednesday night, race 8, number 1 Reward Smile. In terms of the value, it is race number 7, number 3, M Unicorn. Course and distance, the grade, everything points, I think, to a good run. And the play with the Reward Smile, teaming him up with those 3 in the last 5, 6 and 11.
Join the short priced Urges Club with race 3, number 7, Super Unicorn being a likely winner, but no great value. We'll take a win though. Value race 8, number 7, Sovereign Fun, like what he did last time. And the play, all up. Super Unicorn and I Can, race 3, number 7, race 7, number 12. That is Happy Valley. Looking at the diary. Important to note on Sunday, Tom, we're at Sha Tin for Group 2 racing. It's a 12:05 trackside live start time.
It should be a great afternoon. The Olympic heroes of Hong Kong there, Paul.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing them on Sunday for sure.
That is coming up after. We're at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Thanks for joining us on Racing to Win. Thanks to both Tom and Paul. Thanks to you. We'll see you at the Valley for the first 7:10.